Next, from the City Club of Chicago, Martin Nesbitt, the chairman of the Barack Obama Foundation, gives an update on the progress of the Barack Obama Presidential Center on Chicago's South Side. This runs about 10 minutes.
But today I'm especially honored to continue my commitment to the City of Chicago as chairman of the Barack Obama Foundation. And of course, it's always and also a great honor to serve the President and First Lady in this capacity. We've been friends for many, many years, and I really cherish the opportunity to help them plan for their life after Washington, D.C. It's been a few months since the foundation announced that Chicago will be the site of the foundation, so I thought I'd use today as an opportunity to give everyone an update on our progress toward developing the mission, programs, and design for the foundation. I'll also spend a little bit of time discussing the impact that we hope to have on the broader community, both near term and beyond. And then I'd like to take as many questions as I can. To begin, though, I want to speak briefly about our mission. As most of you have heard the President and First Lady say, they believe that real change doesn't come from the top down, but that it comes from the bottom up. It happens when people from different backgrounds and beliefs come together to improve the communities that make the world a better place. This belief in the power of grassroots change is rooted in Barack's experience as a young organizer here in the streets of Chicago. It's a belief that Barack and Michelle carried with them to the White House, where they asked all Americans to join to help them expand opportunity, protect our planet, improve the health of our families, and promote peace and dignity around the world. Those are the beliefs that will guide our work at the foundation. We've been spending a lot of time figuring out what that actually looks like in practice. We spent some time exploring the philanthropic landscape, studying best practices and looking at what other folks are doing. But we want to make sure that our contribution is unique and innovative. We've been talking to people in the academic world about the opportunity to advance research in the areas of civic engagement on a host of issues that the President and First Lady care about. And we've talked to lots of technology experts about cutting-edge tools that can help the foundation fulfill its mission. Now, I must confess, we haven't figured us all out yet. All the details are still in the works, and we're trying to put pieces together. And the most important input, of course, will come from the President and First Lady themselves. They're a little busy, so we're laying the groundwork for them. And when the time is right, we'll ask for their help in making some very important choices. What we do know is that we want the Obama Presidential Center to be more than a museum, a library, and an archive. We want it to be a place that people come to engage with others so that they can better understand and improve their communities and the rest of the world. We want the center to inspire and activate visitors to create change and progress. And we want to build something of a scale and magnitude that fully utilizes the talents, reach, and influence of the President and First Lady. They are remarkable storytellers. They have the ability to convene leaders from across the globe, and they are powerful emissaries for change. We plan to leverage those abilities to maximize the impact that the Obama Foundation will have on the world. So we're going to be ambitious, but we'll always keep in mind that the President's career was launched as a local community organizer. Whatever we do at the Obama Presidential Center must not only impact our nation, but the rest of the world. But it also must have a disproportionate impact on the local community. We will be squarely focused on that. Of course, that can't happen without the community's input. In the coming months, we will be talking to and collaborating with people who live here so that their perspectives and ideas are fully considered during the process. And shortly, we will be announcing the Foundation's head of community engagement, who will be in place, hopefully, by the beginning of next year. But true to form, the President and First Lady want this presidential center to broaden the notion of what a presidential library can be. They have challenged the team to be creative and innovative. They have challenged us to leverage technology and the strength of grassroots leadership. They have asked us to think of ways to inspire the local community, the nation, and the world to get involved. If we can build something that helps facilitate real change across a broad array of issues and challenges, I think we will have done our jobs. So that's the kind of foundation we're hoping to build from a programmatic perspective. From a physical perspective, we currently are in the process of selecting a location and an architect, a process which will be completed sometime during the first half of next year. The good news is we've got two terrific sites to choose from, and we really don't think there's a bad choice with respect to picking one. Wherever the Obama Presidential Center goes, it will have an impact on both Washington Park and Woodlawn in profoundly positive ways. Hundreds of architects have shown great interest in the project and have responded to our request for qualifications, and with some really impressive submissions too. We are narrowing our list, and soon we'll invite a subset of those respondents to participate in a request for a proposal process. The President has already made clear that he wants the Foundation's mission and vision to drive the actual design itself. So we're looking to find an architect who can help us build a space that supports the programming platform we ultimately put together. We also intend to build a facility that fits seamlessly into the existing fabric of the neighborhood and the broader community. That means incorporating all the current best practices in sustainability and energy efficiency in its construction. And most importantly, we are going to be extremely mindful of our relationship with the Olmsted Parks and our impact on the surrounding environment. In fact, we'll take a page out of Frederick Law Olmsted himself's book, who believed that design should stay true to what he called the genius of place, the unique spiritual and ecological qualities of a given site. These are already very vibrant parks that have the potential to enrich the communities even more than they already do. And it is our responsibility to enhance that potential, not detract from it. So our plan is to let the natural genius of these local treasures infuse the design decisions so that the Obama Presidential Center can become a lasting asset to the neighborhood. Now, obviously, the Obama Presidential Center will be far more than just a pretty new building in the neighborhood. This will be the first ever presidential center built in the middle of an urban residential setting, and we believe that this project will generate local economic development. We will collaborate with lots of community stakeholders to figure out what we can do together to optimize the number of jobs that are created, the type of residential and commercial development that's generated, and figure out how to attract visitors from around the world to fuel economic vitality in the community. We also hope to attract scholars and innovators who will bring additional value to the community and the broader region. One of the chief considerations when the President and First Lady were deciding where they wanted to put the center was where it could do the most good. To them, it wasn't about what we can get, but about what we can give. That's why our proposed sites aren't inside an affluent enclave or somewhere out in the suburbs. Instead, the President and First Lady made a concerted decision to help the communities that will benefit most from the jobs, money, and foot traffic the center will bring. And in the years ahead, we believe the Obama Presidential Center will become as much of a Chicago destination as Wrigley Field or Grant Park. In fact, it's our hope that we will create a new hub of activity in Chicago that attracts visitors to an experience that can't be had anywhere else in the world. Chicago has a long and proud history of civic leadership, of harnessing the ingenuity and compassion of our citizens to solve problems in ways that no one ever has before. Jane Addams and her colleagues at Hull House changed the lives of their immigrant neighbors and shaped national and international policies for generations to come. Daniel Burnham's bold plan to transform Chicago with infrastructure and parks in the neighborhoods and along the lakefront provided a blueprint that countless other cities have followed. More importantly, it was an expression of faith and optimism that we can achieve great things when we work together. I believe our community can do that again. But in order to realize our vision, We have to start preparing now. The world is already watching. We can't invite the world to the South Side without demonstrating that we can fix our own problems. And that's one of the main reasons why I'm here today, to ask everyone to roll up your sleeves and get involved. We're about to invite the world into our living room. So we need to get our house in order. We need the city and state to work with us in any way they can. We need local businesses to take a risk on the potential of the South Side. And most importantly, we need local residents to embrace this opportunity to create a better future for our children. This library should be an asset to the country and the world, but it should disproportionately help Chicago. Right now, there's a funeral taking place for a 9-year-old boy who was gunned down. Can't forget that. As President Obama said from the beginning, it was never, yes, I can. It was always been, yes, we can. So I urge all of us to come together in the spirit of community that we've seen before and seize this opportunity to become a source of hope and inspiration for the world once again.